ELK World, Education, Life, Knowledge. The wrecking ball in your online business can be overcome in 4 different ways, but these strategies elude the timid. The very fabric of your being will be destroyed if you let it. I nearly fell under this category. The song "I Just Wish That I Knew What I Know Now" may come to mind. Although I can't recall who the artist was, I do recall the upbeat song. When I was younger, I would have avoided a lot of heartache if I had known what I know now. I recall having a lemonade stand in the middle of autumn when I was around 10 years old. I nearly gave up on my sales escapade because it was cold outside and my friends were being so cruel to me. I started to believe what my friends were saying after I waited outside for about an hour without any sales money in my tiny cup. My father must have seen my dismay written all over my face through the window because he came out to be with me. I have no idea how other people's fathers are, but in my eyes, mine was like Superman. Pop taught me a few lessons that afternoon about business and life in general, but I had no idea it at the time. He sat with me and discussed with me 4 things I must understand in order to succeed in any type of business. The 4 ideas are actually quite straightforward. They are faith, enthusiasm, patience, and tenacity. My father questioned whether I still thought people would come and buy my lemonade. I replied that I didn't know but hoped they would arrive soon if they were coming. He advised me to wait patiently for them to arrive. For the time being, he said, I need to know if you anticipate their arrival or not. Naturally, I replied yes, but my skepticism persisted. That day, I realized the incredible power of belief. I discovered that I became extremely passionate about selling when I genuinely thought they would appear and make a purchase. I entered the house and started calling some of the neighborhood kids even though I had no idea what marketing or advertising was like back then. I had no idea that my mother had already contacted their parents. I returned to the outside during this time to find Dad getting ready to tell me a tale about an elderly farmer and his mule. Put down any amount of money. His story didn't really grab me at the time, but it did about 30 years later. It served as the ideal illustration of tenacity. Pop told me that this mule plunged into a defunct well. The farmer made an effort to save it. He attempted to bury his friend but was unsuccessful, so he dumped a load of dirt down the well. This mule kicked, stamped, and snorted his way up 2 feet. The mule emerged on level ground after a few more loads of dirt and a lot of kicking, snorting, and stomping through that dirt, a survivor. What in the world does this story have to do with an online business, you're probably wondering by this point. Overcoming the wrecking ball is the key to it all. Unlike the mule, internet marketers frequently become stuck in a well but are unable to escape, so they give up. The wrecking ball is actually a method of self-destruction. It is so fatal. I firmly believe that this explains why it is so elusive to those who are weak at heart. It's like inviting a wrecking ball into our minds to destroy everything in its path, including our self-esteem and confidence, if we don't put these ideas into practice in our business. I implore you to maintain your composure if you are a weak person. Try to think of people buying from you. Your level of passion will be unimaginably high once you start to believe they will arrive. Now go out there and promote your product like crazy. Just don't anticipate it to happen right away. It does require effort. They will come if you are persistent, patient, and prudent. Regarding that lemonade stand, however, people started to come and buy my lemonade in about a half hour. That day, I earned $56.30. It might not seem like much money now, but when I was 10 years old and a glass cost 10 cents, it seemed like a gold mine. You may freely distribute the entire article. No selling, editing, or other alterations of the content, including the link. Under the author's text box, you can add your own text box with a link. Find us at